Alright guys, just wanted to review the last couple of months of trading real quick because as we watched a couple of the other videos and everything that we put together, we were really talking a lot about parallel and inverse relationships, and that's why we always start taking a look at this board. Remember how we like to have the USD across all of our major currencies. So you have like the euro, the New Zealand, the Aussie, the pound. You put all of them on here. Now, just to recap real quickly, the reason why we do this is because we want to know what what all the currencies are doing in relationship to the USD. The USD is the big boy of all of them. So you always want to understand on the major board. Remember how we call this our major board, that you want to understand what it's doing to all the currencies. So we only have a couple of things that we could look at. Now remember, we have three different things that we could look at when we're looking at this board. We want to understand if a currency pair could be consolidating or being held, like the euro was. That's why we did our euro pound trade in December, if you remember. Remember how they were holding the euro pound sideways while the pound was trending down. So we know, remember, on this you take the USD out and then you have what's left. You have the pound and the euro. So that's why, remember, we were looking at the euro pound. Well, we make money if the euro goes up, if the pound goes down, or the best situation is if the euro's going up and the pound's going down. Now remember, well, for the euro pound, that's the current trade that we just finished up. I'll get the pip total for you because we just exited that on Thursday. I think we made roughly around, I think we're right around 1,600 pips so far. Because I think the move in December was like about 500, a little about 550, but remember we were buying on pullbacks too that we were learning how to do. So that's two of the situations that they're holding a currency. This is the trending currency. And then the reversing currency was the one that we saw on the, let me see if I still have it up here. I was just looking before. It came down to these lows. Remember, we were taking a look at these weekly lows and the monthly lows. So once it hit that on the weekly, remember, with that fresh cross, we started taking this. So this is a reversing profile that you see that lows were put in and that it can't go any lower, so they're starting to reverse the currency. But remember, those are the three things that we have. We have this, we have reversing, and then the ones that we're looking at, this is just holding in a consolidation. Or, then the third one is that. So remember, our September trade was because when we took a look at our major board, we saw that in, let's see, where September would probably be roughly, okay, here's September. We noticed that the pound was still trending down. Let's get this to a daily also. See if I move that. So the pound was still trending down. Remember, we hit this high up here that it started rolling over and coming down. So that's why we had the pound on the daily, and then when we looked at it on the weekly, it was the same thing. We had a nice fresh cross and going down. So since we had the pound going down and we had the New Zealand trending up, what did we have? We had, this is the best situation to have, because what we had in the pound New Zealand, we were playing that short because the pound was still trending really hard down, and then at that time New Zealand was really trending up. So that's why we had a really good trade, because the best one to have, remember, is when one's trending up. So the New Zealand was trending up while the pound was trending down, and that gave us a fantastic September. We ended up about 20% in September, so we did real well on the pound New Zealand. And then the current one, um, we're not out of the USD CAD, but we might be forced out because FXCM is forcing us to close our CAD trade that we've been doing. We've talked about that, but we have our accounts other places too, so don't worry about it. Um, but uh, but now also the one that we did in December was the euro pound. Now this is the same situation. What they were doing, they were holding the euro, so they're in a consolidation, but the pound was trending. So now we have a situation where the pound was going down. Now, when we take out the USD, like we're talking about, remember, since we're on the USD board, we could take out the USD and just use the base currencies. That's the euro and the pound. Now, the euro pound, when the pound is trending down, what will happen is if the pound is weak, that's going to force the euro pound up because remember, the euro pound is stated as the euro pound. So the euro is the base currency, which was being held flat, and the pound was the cross currency. So since the cross is going down, this pair is actually going to be going up. And like I said, we closed out Thursday, and I think we're roughly around about 1,600 pips so far because the move was about 500, a little over 550 pips. But remember, we were concentrating on how to buy on the pullbacks too. But this, with the inverse and parallel, that we want to remember, we had the same thing here. They were holding the euro flat. Okay, they've been holding the euro flat for a while, but they were holding the euro flat while the pound was trending down. Well, if we have pound trending down and the euro being held flat, that's why we went long the euro pound. But go ahead and take a couple minutes. This was just sort of a little review. It seems like you've been getting this fairly good. We did really well these last couple of months on this, but let me know if there's any questions. I really haven't been having too many more questions about the parallel and inverse. Seems like you guys are doing pretty well with that now. But go ahead and take a couple minutes, write down any notes, and let me know if there's anything else that needs to be cleared up on this. Okay, have a good one.